President John Dramani Mahama has expressed deep concern over the sharp decline in performance in the latest West African Senior School Certificate Examination, WASCE, describing the outcome as alarming and demanding immediate investigation. Speaking at the official launch of STEM Box in Accra, President said the results released by the West African Examination Council WAEC have become a matter of great national concern, affecting not only government but parents and the public. President Mahama revealed that he had already engaged the Minister for Education and directed him to conduct a detailed analysis of the examiner's report to determine what accounted for the widespread poor performance. He described a sudden drop in performance between consecutive cohorts as mind-boggling, given that staffing and learning conditions in most schools remain unchanged.
Recently, the West African Exams Council has released the results for the last West African School Certificate Examination. And as the Honorable Minister has said, it has become an issue of great concern to government, parents, and the public at large. I was speaking with the minister, and I've asked them to do an analysis of the examiner's report to try and decipher what could have gone so disastrously wrong. It is mind-boggling that with the same teachers, the same factors in play, just from one batch to another, one batch, does so disastrously. And so we need to get to the bottom of it.
President Mahama raised concerns over what he described as years of neglect in Ghana's basic education sector, warning that the country risks producing poorly prepared graduates if urgent corrective measures are not taken. He stressed that fundamental learning remains the most critical stage of a child's academic development outcomes.
But it also emphasizes the issue of foundational learning. One of the major things that has taken place in the last several years is the neglect of basic education. Inability to send the capitation grants, ensuring that we have quality teachers at the foundational level, at the basic level, because it is that level that prepares the child for secondary and tertiary education. And once you don't get that level right, you will just send the child through a conveyor belt like a factory. And when it comes out at the end, it will be picked out by quality control and said that this one did not do well. And so our focus must be on foundational learning. And foundational learning means that by the time a child reaches primary school, he should be able to read properly. By the time the child leaves primary school, he should be able to write properly. By the time the child leaves primary school, he should be able to do basic arithmetic. If we're able to get our children to get these three things right, writing, reading, and arithmetic, then they have the foundation to continue into secondary education. Otherwise, it will be a factory that is just pushing them through, and at the end of it, you have the situation where a child finishes basic school and sometimes still finds it difficult to write his name. Vigilance is not going to go away. Strict invigilation is not going to go away. And so we must make sure that the children are well prepared to, on their own, be able to study and pass the exams that are waiting for them.